The amazing coach and backroom staff respected by Erik Ten Hag and Casemiro, Eric Ramsay has become Manchester United's secret weapon. Casemiro was pleasantly surprised when meeting Manchester United coach Eric Ramsay for the first time at Carrington last year. That's because although Casemiro was unable to speak English, he was greeted by Ramsay, who speaks fluent Spanish. It's unusual for British coaches to fluently speak another language, but there is a feeling among those who have spent time with Ramsay on his journey to becoming an integral part of Erik Ten Hag's coaching staff that he is not an ordinary coach. Although the door closed on a professional playing career for Ramsay, he forced another door to open in coaching, and his journey in the game has since taken him to Loughborough, Swansea City, Shrewsbury, Chelsea, and now Old Trafford. Ramsay, who is a family man and who has a passion for fitness, was able to forge such connections at Loughborough due to his personality, and sources have indicated he's also been able to build an excellent rapport with players at Carrington. His huge dedication to his role as first-team coach at United, which includes long hours, has been noted by key figures, and it's understood his ability to fluently speak Spanish has led to great relationships with foreign players. Sources have suggested Ramsay has a perfect balance of authority and friendliness, whilst his presence on the training ground has been described as uplifting. He also has an excellent tactical brain, which was developed at Loughborough. The young coach was brought on by Solskjaer, but just months later, the Norwegian was sacked following a string of dreadful results. Ralf Rangnick was appointed on an interim basis, and McKenna, Martin Pert, and Michael Carrick exited the club. Ramsay remained on the coaching staff, and it's understood Rangnick took a hands-off approach with set pieces during his interim tenure, which meant the bulk of sessions working on set pieces on the training ground were left to him. Much has been made of the team's record at set pieces, but Ramsay has taken on a much wider role since the arrival of Ten Hag, who wanted to keep him on his backroom staff alongside assistants Mitchell van der Gogh and Steve McLaren. Ramsay has since graduated from his set-piece role at the club, and it's understood he now has a much wider berth as a first-team coach, which has seen him take the majority of training sessions alongside van der Gogh and Darren Fletcher. Sources have indicated Ramsay now has a pivotal role in preparing the squad to win games and an increased role in planning and taking sessions. Ten Hag drives the group tactically, and Ramsay is one of a group of coaches that echoes his messages. The coaching process has been described as collaborative, and Ramsay works closely with van der Gogh, McLaren, and Fletcher to execute the plan at Carrington, which has enabled the club to head in the right direction in the league. Ramsay is also no longer solely responsible for set pieces. Sources have described Ten Hag as much more involved in set pieces than previous managers, and it's understood to be a collaborative process, enhanced by the recent hiring of a set play analyst. All the coaches work with the set play analyst, not just Ramsay, although when Marcus Rashford scored from an innovative corner routine against Nottingham Forest in December, provider Christian Eriksen hailed Ramsay for having the idea. His importance at United was also emphasized in January when Blackpool offered Ramsay a permanent manager position. Sources indicated Ten Hag showed a desire for him to stay, and that played a pivotal role in his decision to turn it down. Ramsay is respected and liked among players, and Ricketts believes his ability to speak fluent Spanish has contributed to his continued progress at United. He's able to talk to the foreign lads in their native language, and that is important, he added. Ramsay has worked hard for that success, and it seems inevitable there will be more to come in the future. United believe they have one of the best young coaches in the game. In other news, Manchester United stars react to Christian Eriksen making his long-awaited comeback. Christian Eriksen made his long-awaited comeback for Manchester United in the win over Everton. The Dane came off the bench for the final 13 minutes against Everton with the game already won, United 2-0 up. Christian Eriksen was brought on to rapturous applause from the Old Trafford crowd as he made his return to action for the first time since January. He was only pictured back in training for the first time days earlier. Just being named on the bench was progress, and to make it onto the pitch was even better. Eriksen applauded. Christian Eriksen was making a happy return for the first time since he was scythed down by Andy Carroll in Manchester United's FA Cup fourth-round win over Reading. Manager Erik Ten Hag said this week he feared at the time he had lost Eriksen for the whole season. Now he will be available for the FA Cup semi-final later this month. Eriksen posted on Instagram following his return and was applauded by Manchester United teammates including Lisandro Martinez, David De Gea, Victor Lindelof and Casemiro. There was also a message from his former Tottenham teammate Kyle Walker-Peters, who wrote, "What a player. Eriksen has a chance to start for Manchester United this week in the Europa League quarter-final, although a more cautious approach would be to use him as a substitute again." Casemiro is also eligible to make his return after suspension, with United winning 3 and losing 1 of the games he missed. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to smash the like button and make sure to subscribe to Man United Hub to get all the latest updates.